The Chollar Mine.
Chollar Mine. Bodies of dead miners have been found at the gold mine.
Life as a miner was not easy.
Welcome to the Chollar Mine, folks.
Did you get that? Did you get it?
Oh! Pretty soon they started dying and they realized it was coming from mercury poison that was killing them.
I'm gonna give you some light here. Oh my God! No way! Thank you so much.
Heard voices back in that back corner back.
Hundreds of miners perished through collapse.
Oh! I saw somebody standing over her. What they were doing, I don't know.
It has been a known fact that there has been multiple fatalities and unfortunate events that have happened all around this world that have to do with mine shafts.
Life as a miner was not easy.
But after 17 days facing death in the blackness.
Some breaking news. Bodies of dead miners have been found at the gold mine where 11 people were rescued yesterday.
The sad update on a missing miner after a roof collapse. Part of the roof collapse.
Welcome to the Chollar Mine, folks.
It goes from fires to cave-ins to different types of accidents like decapitation from just the pickaxes and stuff. So say somebody's going swinging back and somebody's walking by, it could literally lop your head right off, and it has been proven to have happened.
There's a lot of strange things that happen when you're 400 feet underground.
Not just that, I mean like strange gases that come out.
We're talking what they used to have to do when they'd separate this specific solid that would become a gas when you're trying to separate it.
To get the gold out of the dirt without wasting it.
If you don't dig no dredge, you don't get no gold.
No dredge, no gold.
No dredge, no gold. Don't dig the dredge, you don't get the gold.
The mercury would flash off, unfortunately off into the atmosphere. And all those guys standing around breathing those fumes in. Well, pretty soon they started dying and they realized it was coming from mercury poison that was killing them. So we need to come up with a way to contain that mercury. You would take your mercury and gold and you put it into this pot. You put this lid on, there'd be a clamp that goes around this to seal. You'd heat this pot up, the mercury would flash off, go through this pipe into the water and recondense back into its mercury form. That way you didn't touch it, you didn't lose it, you didn't breathe it in, and you're left with pure gold in the pot.
That's awesome.
And I just told you how to make a stew.
Regardless, being in a mine shaft, especially one that's freaking hundreds of years old, is probably one of the most dangerous things that you could do, and was one of the most dangerous things to work in way back when. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight.
We're going to the Chollar Mine, which is one of the most haunted mines, if not the most haunted mine in the world.
I saw a picture of us in crop tops with bare stomachs. Dazzling teens, liberated, party queens, friends with
One of the few in Virginia City, only two that you can still get in.
Unfortunately, I think we can get a little bit over 400 feet in. What's blocking us was a cave-in. So we could literally be potentially caved in. It's dangerous as let's just say that.
Those guys knew what they were doing back then. It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty built up.
I mean, throughout the years, though, the cave's been getting smaller and smaller.
So you're saying we got to duck pretty much the whole way we get there?
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
The cave used to be, or the tunnel used to be like
7 feet tall.
6 feet wide and like
7 feet tall.
7 feet tall.
I might just not want to go anymore.
Can I just say, imagine something happens, right? We're gonna have to run the hell out of there. That's gonna be...
No, let's not imagine anything bad happening to us.
We're not gonna run out of there. We're gonna waddle out of there. So the mine was established in 1859 by a man named Billy Chollar. He was the one basically that purchased the original piece of land. It was like 1,400 feet long by 400 feet wide, like that whole little mountainside. And he's the one that started digging there. Only like 2 years later, he ended up selling it to the Bank of California, and they're the ones that really got things rolling. They're the ones that started digging everything up and making some serious money.
Wasn't he like super smart about it though? Because originally, like when he did buy it, he got a couple of good things out of it, but then there was some type of halt that could have potentially made him go bankrupt. And so he sold it, was very smart about it, and it didn't take but actually a while for them to actually start making more money off of it.
He was digging, right? And another mine, like down next to him, was also already digging underground, and they crossed over like into each other's area. Yeah,
that's right. They had some kind of feud together, if I remember right. I heard that the fights weren't necessarily just court-wise. There were actually miners who were physically fighting, and there had even been a couple of gun shootouts. They had literally killed each other. Not all of them, obviously, but there were some of those fights that they actually did get a bullet in one another.
Supposedly, if I remember right, I think the Chollar accidentally did it first, and then the other one was called the Potosi Mine, and then they did it by accident a little bit later, so it just turned into a giant shit show in the court.
Nah, the Potosi Mine's like, the Chollar Mine. You guys did it to us. Payback's a bitch. Yeah. Let's get some of your silver, your gold, and your tears.
It worked out though, because eventually they made over $17 million came out of that mine. That's back then. Now that's like billions. It was a lot. It was like the 5th wealthiest mine there, I think. It was also one of the fanciest. They had the nicest equipment and shit like that. It made their job a little bit easier, but it like didn't make conditions any better. So like people getting hurt or dying or collapses happening like still was a regular thing. People dying there all the time.
Smoking rooms, wherever you are. It's just about clothes and time.
I think there's almost a dozen, around a dozen, maybe more.
That were found. There is at least over 100 bodies still in the mine shaft.
They're the ones too. They died in a collapse right next to that big open room all the way in the back.
So where we're gonna go, that's where their bodies were pretty much found?
Yeah, a little bit deeper.
Could you imagine the families, dude, that lost their father, their grandfather, their child because of the collapses? What mine shaft has not gone through any horrible accident, death, fatality? It's all the same. And for spirits to just kind of stay there, because a lot of these bodies were unfortunately not able to be recovered, especially the Chollar Mine. There's stories that Bill, the tour guide, was saying that he has heard what sounds like somebody mining on the other side of one of the walls, because these tunnels were all around. So if you hear what sounds like picking on the other side, either that or somebody saying, "Let me out of here, get me out." Could you imagine that?
That's pretty scary.
I've heard things. When I told you I heard the thumping, it was right behind that clay back there. It was behind it somehow. I mean, there's like nothing behind
stuck on the other side.
Like he was saying, you never know what really happened in there, how many people died, and they don't usually let very many people in to do these sorts of things. One group back then, Bill was telling us, went in all the way back into the room that we're gonna be in. One of the people saw a shadow figure, a full person standing over a female member of their group that was in there at the time, and it scared him so bad that they ran all the way out, and he actually started crying.
Did you find it? What you were looking for? Shuffling through broken glass.
The dude was in tears.
Yeah, like he could not fathom what he saw.
Are you cut up now?
It must have scared them so bad to where they had to bolt out of there, and they didn't even want to tell the tour guide. I don't know if the guy who was crying told him what happened, but he told, you know, everybody else, his group, what had happened, and somebody had relayed that story, that message. Everybody was just in shock.
He saw somebody. We had somebody at the back of the mine. He was standing right next to her, and he just started shaking and started crying. And we asked him out later on. He said, I saw somebody standing over her. What they were doing, I don't know.
There's also another story that there were a couple of people taking the tour. A guy was walking behind as Bill was leading the way. The guy turned around and thought somebody else who had joined the tour just came in a little late. Well, he had turned around. It looked like a full-blown miner who was just standing there and I guess joined the tour. But then when the dude looked back to get a second glance, because it was very odd, it was either somebody who was really into this whole mining thing
like
and wanted to dress up, but he turned around and the guy was gone. The weird thing is they were so deep down the shaft that if you were to turn around, you would see somebody walking away. There's no way that this guy could have just ran away and not been noticed. No, he disappeared.
I didn't even hear that
one.
That's crazy.
As for other ghost stories, a lot of people have witnessed what sounds like miners working, also dragging of feet going down the shaft.
I've heard voices coming up from the shaft. I've heard voices back in that back corner back there. I've never seen anything myself, but I've had some people in here that have.
And they have also heard what sounds like the cable to bring up some of the ore coming up and going down.
Creepy.
Another thing that people have said, if you turn off all the lights in the mine shaft, cut all of the power,
Okay, going dark?
then some miner, any worker that's in there still working, will tell you to turn on either a light or most likely a candle, because that's what they used to use back in the day, or the candles, and they'd use the gas lights that would go on their helmets. So what would be the odds if we were investigating and somebody's like, hey, like it's too dark in here for us, because you guys know us. We like to go full lights out, pitch black, and when we use our infrared cameras, a lot of people don't understand how truly dark it really is.
This one's gonna be worse too. We're underground.
I'm kind of scared for my life, man. I don't want to be buried alive. Without further ado, I think we should just jump into this investigation and see if we can come in contact with any of the miners who are still either working or just there. So let's go to the Chollar Mine.
All right, guys, we are here at the Chollar Mine, and tonight's definitely going to be quite interesting. If you'd like to introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Bill Finley. I'm the tour guide here at the mine.
So yeah, we're gonna do some of the investigation with Bill and get 30 minutes to ourselves there in the mine as well. And then, yeah, we'll see what goes on. So let's get into the mine. Okay, you've already seen us walking through here. I'd like to introduce who we are so that you know our names. My name is Ryan.
My name is Wyatt.
I'm Bill.
My name is River.
Now, if there is anybody here who would like to maybe have a conversation, we're going to be here for a while. So please. Hi. Hi. That object right there that you're holding onto or near, maybe I can explain it a little bit better. If you can walk up to this metal rod right here, I'll demonstrate it. All you have to do is just get close to it. And then it'll show us that you are here. I'm going to stand back, give you some space. Maybe you can go walk up to that and show us that you are here and can hear us. Please. That was odd. That was quick. Thank you.
You don't have the heat on, right?
I don't know. I might. But if it was the heat, it'd continue to go off. Can you please hold on to that again? One more time. We just want to know if that was you. Thank you. What? That's not the heat.
No, it can't be. Doesn't it make a different noise?
Pretty sure it does, yeah. Yep, it was not the heat. There's a blue button that sets off right there, and that shows you that the heat's turned on as well. Heat's turned off. It's a temperature gauge. Has nothing to do with just heat. It detects heat and cold, but that's off right now. If there's a dentist here, John, Patrick, Thomas, David, we introduced ourselves, and we've got these objects here, these devices. Whoa.
That's all the way now.
That means somebody... Are you sitting right there?
What the
Yeah, what the...
What was that?
I'm gonna reset it.
Yeah,
just
reset
in
it, dude.
case.
Thumbs up, man.
Rem 0. Thank you so much. If you were holding on to that or near it, please don't feel in any way intimidated by us. We're just a couple of people trying to have a conversation. And if you'd like to tell us anything, thank you so much.
You zeroed it out.
Who is this? Okay, here's another thing. Real
Did
quick.
you hear that?
What? What is going on?
I don't know. Sounded like someone took a couple steps down here.
I've heard things in here.
Whoever this is, Wyatt has this object, this device in his hand that you can use your words. You could choose a word or multiple words. Please feel free. You can stand next to Wyatt. You can use the energy from his camera that he's holding right in his hand.
Also, if there are any names that are not on that list and you want to be known, let us know.
I'm going to take this out of my pocket. I'm going to set it right here.
Now it's not going off.
Right?
Participate. There you go.
Yeah, please. We're just here to communicate and figure out if you still are here and maybe why.
I've got this other object here. This one will detect how powerful you really are. How much energy you can produce. And if you walk up to me, this light... Burden.
Are we being a burden?
Or maybe they don't want to be a burden?
This light right here, the green light, it'll start to...
Is there electricity in here? Just the power cables, right?
And you shut everything off.
Mm-hmm.
This just spiked all the way. I was just going to explain.
I just saw that.
These lights...
Watched.
Whoa, what?
The more power you have, just like what you did, if you can make this go red, that's maxing it out. That means that you might have enough power to possibly show us that you are here. It's got to be because I'm close. That's why probably both of them are going off.
I don't know.
No, yours is...
I know, this one is for electric, so somebody has to be sitting here. If they're close, that close.
They're close enough to touch it, for sure.
Hi. Thank you so much. What?
Everett. That's a name. Is that your name?
Oh, one of the names that might not be on the list?
That could be it. You never know.
Yeah.
Could also be a last name.
I mean, there's many people, and I'm sure, you know.
Something I was told that a lot of these paranormal entities go through different places. Mm-hmm. And so they could be traveling through here.
True.
There was over 900 people died in these mines back during the Comstock era.
My lord.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is. The average is about one a week.
That's almost like...
Mining's dangerous.
Did you just agree to that? I'm going to go back here, if that's okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe somebody would like to come back here with me. Stand over here. We're just trying to feel you out. Hopefully you're doing the same thing. Maybe you can get comfortable with us enough to give us some information. My bones.
Bones, holy shit.
They would find somebody.
Well, I mean, earlier, Bill, you were saying, I mean, they could have thrown bodies in, I don't know, in this mine.
No, not that I know of. Well, no, they wouldn't have been in this mine because none of them came down from the top.
Can you please give us a name maybe on that list? If somebody is here?
Did they like that thing?
Did anybody hear that?
Mm-hmm. What was it?
I don't know.
Pregnant.
What is being said right now?
I don't know. Even to further it, though, we're so deep underground I couldn't even get a signal to interfere with anything if I wanted to. But they also could be just trying to figure out how to use it right now.
So the object that you're using words through, that object is pretty much a word bank. You should be able to go through it, choose a word that you'd like to say, or something close to it. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more of an explanation on what you can do with it. And as you've already been noticing and getting near our other objects, those ones just show us that you're here. They just show us how much energy you can produce.
Skeletons.
Bones and skeletons. Here's something I'm kind of thinking about. Bill was saying that you heard something on the other side of the wall one day.
Yep.
That didn't make any sense. The fact that maybe, you never know, could be somebody still here.
There could be, I mean, there were shafts everywhere.
Yeah.
There were shafts that came down. Yeah, there could be one back behind there somewhere.
Are you trying to say that you're still buried here?
Did you just catch that?
Did you guys just see that? Yeah, I just caught it. Is that what you're trying to say? Your body might still be behind one of these walls or in the shafts here. I don't think it's possible for us to get you out of here. But if you're trying to tell us that, Can you maybe give us a sign through either that object or right here as a confirmation, please? We just want to make sure we're right. We're just trying to be correct about some things.
Sarah.
Sarah? Somebody trying to reach out to their wife?
I was literally just gonna say that.
Both! This one went off, and then this one. Sarah, pregnant. Tell my wife I'm buried over here. Tell my wife I'm here still.
Right, could be. I'd imagine something collapsed while you were down here. That'd be one of the last things you'd think of as your significant other.
Is that what you're trying to tell us? Maybe I can set up the music box somewhere. I can direct the music box facing that way. Okay, I've got this object, this other object. These ones detect your energy. What this one does is it will detect motion. So I'm going to turn it on. This is going to calibrate real quick. After that, I'm going to demonstrate, and then it has nothing to do with us. So how this works is I'm going to walk in front of it. I'm demonstrating what you can do here. So if you walk just like this, it'll start to make music like that. So please feel free if you walk right... Did you just do it? Can you please walk in front of that? Went off once.
Head.
Head. I demonstrated, and then it went once. That's not you, is it?
Don't look.
No, that's not even facing... That cannot catch you. Might be my shadow.
I do keep hearing, like, there's a gap right here behind me
Uh-huh.
that goes into the shaft. I keep hearing, like, faint shuffling.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to... Whoa!
That was a full one.
Whoa, holy... Holy crap. I'm gonna set that down. That was a huge burst.
That was a good one.
Boom. Thank you so much. That's not even, like, near you. So that can't be you.
What, wave your arm real quick? There you go.
Did you walk in front of that? I'm trying to make sure it has nothing to do with Wyatt. So if you can show us one more time by making that go off, I'm just trying to make sure it wasn't him.
Flash.
Flash! All of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I have no idea what that was.
Did you hear that, Bill? No. Sound like kind of a thump noise. Like on the wood.
Like a distant one, right?
Yeah. There it goes.
I hear you.
I hear you! Thank you so much. Do you guys think that, like, when we ask the question, it doesn't get to them right away?
I don't know. I mean...
Well, I asked. I said, hey, can you stand in front of that one more time? They finally do it, and then they say, I hear you. Still going. What's weird is I feel like they're standing kind of far. The EMF meter just went off.
Careful.
Careful. Wyatt, they said head a minute ago.
Right. Watch your head.
Careful.
I think they all just showed up.
I think so. Were you warning us or are you warning somebody else? Are you guys working right now?
You approached it and it's...
What? This is so odd.
Whoever's in here with us, can you still see us and hear us? Or are you just working, doing your normal thing?
You guys think maybe I can try and set the music box facing that way? I wonder if that would work. Like down a little bit more. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I respect you.
I respect you.
Okay, I moved it over here. So if there's anybody who'd like to approach us, come this way. That's gonna let us know that you're coming. I just witnessed footsteps. It sounded like that. I don't know if somebody's coming, so...
Whoa, we just got the word lad. Like English people?
Oh, yeah?
You know how they say lad?
Mm-hmm.
It said, I respect you, lad.
All right, a lot of the miners that were up here were from Cornwall, England.
No way!
Oh my god,
You're
bro.
kidding! That's so cool.
Did you just hit that?
No, I hit that. I'm far away from it. Music box! Music box! That is so cool.
That is really cool.
Thank you for respecting us. We're trying to be respectful. I have the fattest chills right now. This is awesome. It would make sense, because...
We lived close.
We lived close.
And you figure there was 25,000 people up here at one time. So everybody had to live very close. In fact, some of the people, when they would get out of bed to go to work, somebody else was jumping in bed to
This
go to
makes
sleep.
so much sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, I think now things are starting to make sense. What? Whoa! Whoa!
What the Have we ever had
That's
to go
never
that far?
done that. That's never, dude. That's like somebody's like, you know, getting closer.
That was a huge spike. What the hell was that?
That was really, really cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is another REM pod. It's just modeled different. Good evening. Somebody maybe just walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Walked from here.
Well, Bill said that this could be a portal, you know? I've never really heard about mine being a portal, but...
So you were saying like people just kind of come and go and stuff.
Well, yeah, and it could be a portal in that way.
Yeah.
But that's all these mines. They could travel through, possibly going somewhere else and passing through here.
Yeah.
You are right next to the shaft, too. It's caved in.
Respectful.
Again?
Man, it's caved in, too, now, but for them, it might look normal as it did when they died.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're giving us great information. That's going off more than it has already. Please come in here. We'd love to speak with whoever is entering in this area.
Please come in here, it stops. If the other devices go off right now. Oh my god.
Tall.
Oh. Watch your head.
Did you just hear me?
Look at this, bro.
Did you just hear me?
Yeah.
I said if the other devices go off.
That means, oh, you're right. Yeah,
They
that
just
means
came
they
in
just
here.
came in.
Dude, this is weird, bro.
This is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and set this REM pod over there. See if we can maybe get somebody to walk by it as well. To kind of give us more of a confirmation that somebody is. That's somebody walking. I mean, if it's something interfering with it, it'd continuously go off.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Like walking right past it?
Uh-huh. I'm coming this way. If that's okay.
Speak.
Speak.
Many deaths.
Many deaths! That is confirmation!
That is weird.
So I just set another object here in your walkway. This object is going to detect your movement as well. It'll start to beep. It's just like that one over there. So if you can make that go off, that's just a double confirmation. They just let us know that there's been many deaths here, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told you there was about a dozen in this mine that we know of.
Well, I'm stepping back. That EMF meter went off, so that... I can't... James.
Is there a John here by any chance?
I mean, what are the odds? That confirmation telling us that there's been many deaths. There's some words that they've nitpicked. Tall, head, be careful, or something like that.
Yep.
Right.
Wasn't that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Careful.
first it started with head, and then be careful, and then tall.
11.
11! How many deaths were there? There were 12?
Around a dozen.
Around a dozen.
So that's
Oh!
close.
That could be, oh my god.
That might be it.
They
don't
might have
know.
just told us how many there actually were.
That we know of.
Right.
True, okay. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Why is that doing that?
I don't know.
It's chirping, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Do you guys hear chirping?
It stopped.
This is... I haven't reset it.
Oh, this is weird, man. It's like more active than I thought it would be.
This is...
Child.
This is 100% more active. Why are you not chirping? What is going on, dude? The music box stopped as well.
Right.
And when I went and...
Bench.
Bench!
The one with the devices, or the one that Bill is on?
Okay, I'm not resetting it.
It literally stopped chirping.
What?
As soon as you walk away? Hold on.
Husband.
Husband.
think you're on track, thinking of their family and stuff.
Yeah, that was a little earlier what River was thinking.
Well, it just said child, too.
Child.
Maybe someone that died in here,
like
obviously left
this
his
is what you
family
left behind,
Yeah.
you know? The cool thing is, like, some of these, like, may not make sense, but then you could go ahead and kind of decipher it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully we're right. That's what we're really hoping for. Okay, was that a confirmation or no?
I don't know. Did the EMF meter go out or just that?
Just that.
Is there anything you might want us to relay as a message? We can say something.
Did you turn off the music box or is it still on?
It's on.
I can't believe how quiet it is in here.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, when you really just sit there and let it be.
Wait, what is that?
What's what?
Again, two weird
Beware.
thumbs. Beware.
Of what?
Nobody hears that.
Yeah, I hear it.
I hear it. What is that
I
though?
thought I'm going crazy. I don't know.
I hear 2 thumbs.
Yeah. Not too long ago, I don't know exactly how long ago, there were a couple people over here, and they were doing what we were doing, trying to gather some information and speak with whoever is here. One of them had gotten so scared and started crying, and they had to leave. Any of you know who that might have been? Who did that? Who caused that? Whoa!
Oh, that just scared the shit out of me, man.
Twin moment?
Oh my god, bro. Holy crap. I was standing about 10 feet away from that thing. Did both those go off?
Everything went off, dude. Everything!
They said there was someone in here. He saw him standing over a lady that he was with.
It was a lady that was crying?
It was
a
somebody
dude?
standing over a lady.
Over a lady, yeah. Was that one of you guys in here? Were you trying to talk with them?
It was right back behind you.
I'll go right over there then.
Come back again.
What?
That's weird.
That is weird. I just want to point out that everything is super quiet right now.
Right.
Ryan said he was going to go over there and said come back again.
Cart?
Ooh.
Cart?
What's behind you?
I don't know, but carts run through this whole thing.
Maybe there's a little bit of something residual in here, you know?
That's what I was saying earlier. Are you still working?
Yeah, they're spirits.
That's what I said.
Some of them can see us and hear us. Maybe others can't. They're just working away.
My heart.
My heart.
You know, it'd be awesome. We should be super quiet for a second and ring the bell and see what happens. Maybe it'll trigger something. That was to communicate with the people below.
Okay, going dark?
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah.
Negative.
Negative. Ollie? Could you guys imagine if we started to hear what sounded like it coming up?
Or the bell down below?
There's a bell down below?
Well, there used to be.
Yeah.
Is there anybody here with us working?
Candles.
They used to use candles to light the way.
There's one on the wall right there.
Can you not see?
Oh shit.
You turned the light off.
I
We
just had my
shut all
light on.
lights out, guys.
You want me to light the candle?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
We're gonna give you some light here. Oh my god! No way! Look at that EMF meter!
Wait, as soon as he lit them?
Oh my god! That's what you wanted, huh? It's work time. You need to see. We apologize for that.
Sit.
Sit. Can I also point something out? The chirping over there, the music box.
That's all done, right?
It's all, they're not walking there anymore.
Yeah, it's still on.
Everything's still on over there. Why now?
I don't know.
Maybe I might have screwed that up by walking close to them.
But then again, like, you know...
Whoa!
What?
I think I just caught something behind me.
A noise?
No! A shadow moving!
Ooh.
Did I do that? Did I just do that? Please tell me I did that. What made that shadow? Oh, I might be freaking out for nothing, guys, but I don't know. I caught something behind me. It didn't make a shadow on my face. I don't know 100%. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. It looked like a big shadow coming behind, like it went behind me.
That's what he said, right, Bill?
Yeah. Did somebody just stand behind me or do something behind me? Can you maybe confirm? I'm trying to find out if that was real or not, man.
Whoever's in here, if you can still hear us, I know this takes a lot of energy to do these things and to talk with us. Remember, all these things in our hands.
Again, nothing. It was a noise. It was a loud noise right behind me. Keep going.
Now, that shaft used to go another 250 feet back.
Oh, that's scary as shit.
It caved in several years ago.
Haunt.
And they sealed it up.
Remember, you can use the energy from all of these objects that we have.
Every device that we have in our hand right here will grant you some energy. You can use it for whatever you'd like. If you want to show yourself behind Ryan over here, the one sitting down right in front of me, this is your place. We're just visiting, just trying to communicate. That's all.
Killing.
Oh, there we go! Thank you!
Wait, it might be me.
Who is that?
What's up, Wyatt?
How are you?
Good to see you. I had to come make sure you guys got in here safe, man.
We are getting some good shit.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Wait! Nobody's behind you? Nobody's walking behind
Nobody.
you?
No. Someone followed you in.
That's a motion object right there. And it stopped. We're going to take a quick break. Go outside of the mine, and we're going to have a quick breather, if that's okay. Whatever we got so far.
No. So, hey, since you were on break, of course, I've been following on one of the recorders that you have for the app, so I downloaded.
Okay.
Same one you guys have.
Okay.
Spirit Talker.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And so we're up at the clampers, right? And I'm like, oh my God. Right as we start, and we got the whole room full of just clampers ready to go, I was like, screw it, I'm going to turn it on, see what happens. Now, I've turned this thing on at my house.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Okay.
Like, almost literally nothing. Like 2 or 3 words, whatever. As soon as our meeting starts, it says, he killed me.
No f***ing way. Bro. Oh my
And then the
God.
next thing, and I took a screenshot. The next words were,
People can't hear me?
people can't hear me.
Oh my God. We've never gotten
that.
any of those.
That's
Nothing, none of that.
insane.
He killed me, people can't hear me.
That's
So-
gotta be
I
Joe.
think
it's Julia again.
That's gotta
It's
be
Julia.
You know?
That's
100%.
amazing.
I know.
Okay, yeah, let's take a quick break, quick breather.
Light back on.
Yeah.
Let's go solo, boys.
Alrighty.
Who we think is speaking to us is telling us that their body is still here. They also had named a couple of females' names. Whoever's here could be their family. I'm just trying to kind of piece this together and see what you guys think.
Right, and also the guy who said lad.
So that's another thing that actually made my mind just, like, I was just mind blown. Okay, because I was thinking, I'm like, hey, lad, like, why would somebody say that? But then we find out the truth. Bill tells us the truth.
Right.
But what I'm trying to say is there might be somebody or couple people still here that could not be found because of the cave-in, the collapse.
Several cave-ins, several collapses, yeah.
I mean, somebody dying once a week, maybe once or twice a week. So I think what we need to do is try to see if we could get a little bit more information. Just continue doing what we do best.
And this time, we're going all lights out, turn everything out, so we're all running night vision.
Can I add another thing? How creepy is this?
Dude.
Literally, dude.
If you're claustrophobic, you're definitely not coming down to your bed.
And another thing, guys, we're at MINESHAFT. This is our first MINESHAFT ever. And so far, the evidence that we've caught, worth it. Everything is worth it. Watch your head. Okay, we're here. We want you to come and show yourself, please. We want you to make noises. We still have these objects that you can use. We just want to know 100% that you are indeed here with us.
Wait, someone's coming down?
Yeah. Somebody's walking there.
Hello? You guys heard that?
Yeah.
Are we speaking to the same people that were here earlier? Have we met before?
If there is people still here that remember this object you can use for motion, I'm going to go ahead and set it facing that direction where somebody had stood over this woman behind her. Please show yourself. Calibrate. We want to know if you can stand in front of this object and do that for us. If you can, that means that you are physically able to show us that you are here.
What the
What's up?
Sit still. Did anybody make
Relative.
Did anybody make knocking noises?
No.
I literally just heard.
Oh my heard that.
You did? You heard that?
Where'd you hear the knocking, Wyatt?
Next to me, to my left. That's towards the shaft, though. I can see the shaft.
Where are you? We're here. And we'd love to speak with you. Do you notice that we're here?
Little.
Little.
Just heard something right there. Do you guys hear that? Don't! You're kidding? Stand away, please. Now. Did you hear that? I hear that. Hi. Can you stand in front of that again? Please? We just want to know if that's you.
What is that, guys?
Did you hear that? That sounded like a voice.
Bill's gone. You know Bill. He always walks up and down in this mine. He always walks up and down in this mine. We are new to you, I understand. Are you okay with us being here, speaking with you? We just want to know if you can maybe give us some information. Maybe show yourself.
Forgive me.
Forgive me. Sarah, forgive me. Did you just Guys, that is sad.
Oh my God,
That is
bro.
really sad.
We talked about family. Sarah, forgive me.
Well, if you think about it, that's the second time it said Sarah, and 2 words ago it said relative.
Oh my, wait.
It's not his wife, relative, little Sarah, forgive me.
Oh my That is so
God,
sad, his
bro.
little sister.
Yeah.
I apologize. Maybe we can try and relay a message for you.
I'm getting creeped out back here by myself.
Can I try something? This flashlight here, in my hand, it's a torch, a candle, it's different, it's a little bit different. I would like you to complete the circuit in the flashlight to turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. If you can, that would be amazing.
Resemble.
Resemble. A light?
A torch, a candle, it does. It really does.
That was really cool.
I'm going to go ahead and set it here. Like I said, the light's right there. You saw where I set it. Complete the circuit. That will tell us that you can hear what I'm saying. Please, hold on to it. Put some energy. Put some energy in there. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm backing up. Make it brighter, please. Guys, it flickering like that resembles what a candle would do. They just made it brighter. Thank you so much. Sad.
Little Sarah?
Can you please turn that off so we can ask you another question? Oh. Did you guys hear the knocks? Did you guys hear the knocking? That's exactly what it is. Thank
Off.
you. Okay. Now please turn it on. Only if this is somebody who is talking about their little sister, Sarah. And that'll let us know that this is the person that may want us to relay a message.
Did it
That
just
was
flicker?
a quick flicker, bro. I caught it on that camera.
There
Thank
you go.
We really appreciate that so much. Turn it off, please. Thank you. Thank you so much for turning it off. What you did here to make a living was amazing. And trust me, we are going to tell your story. All the people that come walking through here just know that they're here for one, what you did. You made history. You can turn that off. Save some of that energy, please. Many made history. You're right. I just want to sit here with you.
Light just turned off.
Run again.
That's twice.
That's what somebody would say when something's caving in, right?
Yeah, when it collapses. Oh shit. That's true.
That's not facing you, is it?
No, it's not me. I'm sitting still. Someone's to the right.
Did you just say somebody's to the right of you?
Wait, actually? Mm-hmm. Who's next to me?
Gone.
Arthur.
Arthur. I moved that. If you'd like to continue standing there, if you were standing there, we're just trying to make sure we're doing the right thing. Sarah, again!
Holy crap.
You're talking about your little sister. That object over there in Wyatt's hand, please, let him know that you're here. Yeah.
Where was that guy?
Over there.
That was behind me?
Get out of here.
Oh my god.
Run! Get out of here! It's caving in!
That's crazy.
You good?
I literally just heard someone's hand, like, on the wood. I heard it go off.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I literally, like someone was leaning up against it. I heard it.
Well, I just did tell them to go over there for the EMF meter. The device, the one that's shining green right there in Wyatt's hand, can you please make that go to red? Encounter? You just encountered something, Wyatt. Did it just flicker once?
It just ticked. No, it didn't. It did. I knew it. I saw you. I felt you right here.
Again?
It's still going. Almost there. You gotta hold on to it harder. Grab onto it. You can take it out of my hand if you want.
We're just trying to find out how powerful you truly are. Manifest everything you can, please.
What the
What? What?
Dude, something's next to me. I straight heard a boot on the ground right here.
Oh shit.
I thought that was you.
What's up?
Right where I heard the boot. Now it's ticking on this side.
Notice the flashlight hasn't done anything, boys?
Oh, true.
I just want to say real quick, thank you for giving us trust. It really means a lot to us. And what you went through, all of you, we're so sorry.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. Is there anything you'd like us to say? Is there anything you'd like us to say? To relay a message? I don't know if we can find Sarah. And if she is still around, we can try and tell her. I'm moving this object right here. I know I keep moving it. I'm going to go back over here in this corner, but I'm going to bring this object here that you can make beep if you get near it. What?
You didn't hear that?
What? What did you just hear?
A loud ass bang.
If somebody would like to come over here and make that object go off, that would be amazing. We just want to know if you are still here with us.
Unfortunately, we don't have much more time.
Oh my God! Did you guys hear that? Ghost. Oh my God. Guys, I just heard a full-blown footstep right behind me.
Human.
Ghost, human.
Whoa, maybe they know.
What the was that? What the was that? What the was that? Did you guys hear that? What happened? That was another thing that Wyatt was saying. Dude, point up. I heard a bang up there again.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
I heard it. I heard it.
Loud.
Again, please.
That was a double.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hate.
Hate. All of us are so happy that you can hear us. This is why we do this, is we try to find out if we are crazy, but we know we're not. We know you were a person. We know you have feelings.
What the did I just see?
Nobody was pointing your way this time.
Holy
Bill?
Bill!
No Bill.
Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me?
What happened?
I'm pretty sure I just saw something. No, I was facing myself.
He's playing over here with us.
Okay. Once again, I want to say thank you so much for showing us that you are here by using our devices, our objects. Darkness.
We're literally in the dark.
In the dark.
And earlier they said light a candle.
You had talked to us. You had spoken to us. If you can make your way halfway down the mine shaft towards the exit, we'd like to continue to speak with whoever. And if you're working right now, maybe you can pass by and just say hello. Let's go make our way towards a halfway point, and let's see if we can get in contact with anybody. After that, we'll just go ahead and finish up. The thing is, we are timed. And what we did capture here, in here, very interesting.
Sitting.
Because there could potentially be, obviously, a couple more bodies in here.
Didn't it say sit earlier?
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
And now we're all sitting?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of freaking room to stand up anyway.
Let's go.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the flashlight and leave the thing.
The wall.
The wall! Guys, I just said there could potentially be somebody buried here. Somebody still here. Bill was saying that he heard noises on the other side of the dirt, which was where there's another...
They fell a wall.
Another walkway.
That is
on the... The cave! The grave! The grave! The wall on the other side, the grave! No way.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god. As we are about to leave.
There could be.
Oh.
Could have fell on somebody.
Okay. Painful. It collapsed. Oh my god. All of a sudden, dude, our shit does not go that fast with words, guys.
Because we're about to leave.
This is back to back to back. Yeah, they're trying to tell us everything.
You're gonna have to follow us out.
Okay. I love what we do. We get some really good shit, guys. I'm so happy that, like, we're, you know, what we... Oh. Behind the wall. You are behind the wall. We know you are. How do we help? We want to. Guys, we can't do anything. You guys got to know that we want to so bad. That was a tap. Okay, we got it. We got to go, guys. We're timed.
Yeah, I don't want to stress out Bill. Yeah. He's a nice guy. 13?
About a dozen.
About a dozen.
Here. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus. I'm sorry. We have to go. I'm gonna try this one more time. We are here at the halfway point. If somebody is walking through, we want to know if you could continue real quick before we leave. We're just trying to give you the option, the chance to say everything you can before we go, because you probably don't get this a lot. You get this opportunity here to show us that you are with us. So, if you can complete the circuit in this flashlight, in this torch, by turning it on, that'll show us you are here. What the f*** scared the shit out of me? Lights out.
I'm not connected at all. I can't see anything, bro.
Hey! Thank you so much! Lights went out.
Don't be fearful.
Don't be fearful. We're not scared. Thank you so much. We're not scared.
I did panic a little bit.
Thank you so much. Please turn it off. Just how you turned it on is the exact same. You're just turning it off.
Prepare.
Prepare for what?
Guest.
Guest.
Prepare for guest.
Are you expecting somebody?
Or they're telling their workers about us. You were holding on to that flashlight. You started to turn it off, and now it's just completely on. Maybe, if you can hear me, if you have the energy, can you turn that off? Please. The flashlight was completely on. No. The flashlight was completely on, not flickering whatsoever. And then I asked, and they started to turn it off. And now it's back on. They might be trying. I see what you're doing. You can turn it off. Oh my gosh, so close. Dude, this is awesome. You're doing so good. Whoever this is,
Can you help?
Can you help?
They're struggling. Look, they stopped touching it. Now it's stable.
Can we help turn it off? Or are you saying, can we help try and get you out of here? We would love to. But unfortunately, I think the only way you can get out of here is if your bones, your remains, get found and taken out of here. There's a theory that people say that when you die, and if your body, your remains, are stuck in one spot, then you may be there as well. Can you help me? Me! It just said me!
Whoa.
It just said me! That just said me! This is cool.
They still haven't touched the flashlight again. It's still stable.
Well, guys, this flashlight has been there. It's just on. There was an issue and it continued to flicker for some issue. It would have kept doing it. I'm just going to say that. So I think somebody was literally...
It's me.
It's me! I think somebody was literally going to...
I literally just...
trying to drain the energy out of it, the battery out of it. We know it's you. Thank you. The thing is, we can't be here for the rest of the night. We are here for a couple of hours, and what you gave us, we really appreciate.
Always.
Always? Did you just say always?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hope you're not upset. I hope you're not sad. Just know that everybody is here. They are guests. They respect you, and we thank you. We're just happy that you at least get to see people. Make sure you let them know you're here too.
Lad.
Lad.
That confirms it right there.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, this is your friend here. You get to see him all the time.
Yep, Bill will be here, yep.
Lucky guy. Seriously, these spirits are amazing. I feel so bad for them. They went through hell. They really went through hell. I just want to say this was amazing. If you guys do want us to come back, please help us out. This is how we know you guys do want us to come back. Get this video to 20,000 likes. Also, guys, if you guys ever have the chance to come here, make your way here. Bill is a great guy. They're awesome. The tours are amazing. So please do. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
I've been in your words.